they're not perceiving the basic situation as it is, where Putin has been this naked aggressor acting as an imperialist. What do you attribute this like lack of perceiving reality to?
A couple things. First, I think some people are really pacifists or think that military intervention is always wrong. But there's also, I think, a sense coming out of the 1960s, actually, which that if U.S. power is used anywhere, it's always evil. It's always a mistake. U.S. power should never be used anywhere. Can never be used for good because U.S. is imperialist power, and it's just oxymoron that imperial power, can be a good thing. And I think again, one has to look at specifics. I remember way back in the 90s, I was at some conference and I had a debate with Ramsey Clark, who many listeners probably don't know. He was a liberal Democrat. He was Attorney General for a while, and Lyndon Johnson. But then he moved far to the left, and we were arguing about what it would have taken to stop the genocide in Rwanda. And I said, I think I would have been happy if Bill Clinton had sent in the Marines, to Rwanda. And Clark went apoplectic. He said, send in the Marines, just like Vietnam, just like the Dominican Republic. And I said, there was a genocide happening there. And if we could have stopped the genocide, I would have been happy to send in the Marines, And again, I think there's a sense on the left, and it's usually right, by the way, that U.S. power is usually not used in a good cause. But sometimes, for all kinds of reasons, it can be, and we should again look at the specifics there. That's not to say we shouldn't have a smaller military. It's not to say U.S. has been imperial power throughout its history, beginning, of course, with massacring Native Americans in the 17th century, before there was the United States. But at the same time, there are other powerful countries in the world, like Russia, like China, who have their own interests as well. And to assume that the United States should just stand around and do nothing while these countries do whatever they feel like doing is, I think, naive and unrealistic. Now we can argue, what should the U.S. do? And I'm sure you've done that with a lot of your guests. But to say the U.S. should always do nothing, there's always wrong for the U.S. to do anything about problems in the world, I think is first of all politically completely unrealistic, and secondly, at times the wrong answer.
Yeah, I mean, this case too specifically. It seems like if you know about Putin as the face of a kind of transnational neo-fascism, right? Whatever position you take on the war has to be connected to an argument about how to oppose this fucking guy,